Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Duels. Today we're going to be looking at our third place winner for the subscriber tournament. This is Streifen's Grixis mill deck. If you check the description, you will see the deck list if you want to check it out. Anyway, guys, I will see you in the games. See you in a bit. Okay, we're on the play. We have a fair amount of card draw and stuff to slow you down, but is it good enough? No, we'll throw it back. This one's better. This one's much better. So we'll go Evolving Wilds and crack it. Go for a red source. It's the only colorway I'm missing. Sweet. And pass the turn over. So we have the mana for turn 2 Jace next turn. Turn 3 Oath of Jace. And then we also have Disperse hold it up for anything. It looks like we're going against some sort of aggressive deck though with Bomat Courier. So when he attacks, he exiles the top card of his library and then he can pay red, get rid of his hand, and change his hand for the exiled cards that are underneath the courier. We have Disperse to ruin that as well, so very happy about that. We also have Jace to come down and block Bomat Courier quite well. So we'll see if he wants to burn or pump spell his way through Jace. Ether Hub, 5 colour land. Throws me off slightly as to what the actual deck is. It's definitely multicoloured, there's no reason to play Ether Hub otherwise. Unless you need the colourless mana for Eldrazi. So there's that. Our opponent, by the way, while he's thinking, is rank 14 called DYK. He's thinking very hard about this situation. He's going to float colourless. And then play Inventor's Goggles. So when an Artificer enters the battlefield, you may attach Artificer's Goggles, Inventor's Goggles to it. Alright, so we're against an aggro deck here, so that is an Artificer, so that 2-3 now becomes a 3-5 on turn 2. It's pretty aggressive, to say the least. Alright, so we'll block. Might as well. Yeah, if he's being aggressive as he is right now throughout the entire game, it's going to be a bit iffy how this game's going to go. We'll Oath of Jace anyway. Draw 3 and discard 2. Looking for our tutelage. We do not find it, but we do get a Grasp of Darkness. I will throw... do I want to thin my deck? Let's see. We need double black. We've got blue. I'll throw an Evolving Wilds and an island away. That suits me just fine. We'll hold up Jace to block and then tap so that we can negate his 1 damage. Unfortunately, we don't have the lands in the the cards in the graveyard to flip Jace right now. Nor do I think we'd want to in this board state, because this is quite aggressive. So this is like red-black aggro then. I hear this is quite quite the formidable deck online in proper Magic. Okay, anything else, opponent? Got 1 energy open, so he's got 1 colour of any mana on his Ether Hub. I don't think he can do anything else, I don't think. Oh, he's just holding up the Bomat Courier thing. So he's wondering whether or not he wants to drop his hand for the 3 cards that's under the courier. Which is fair enough. Might force the answer with Disperse, actually, that'd be interesting. We're going to loot first with Jace anyway. And drop another island. We are getting a little bit flooded on lands here. So we do not scry 1. Hello, tutelage. Alright, we're going to get that down. Sooner that's down the better, especially with the amount of aggression that we've got against us right now. We'll Evolving Wilds and pass the turn over. Grab a blue source, I think. There's not much that red is used for in this deck, I don't believe. So we'll see. Filigree Familiar, so he's going to gain 2 life. And if it dies, then he gets to draw a card. So yes, this is red-black artifact aggro. So we're going to block 3 damage, and then we're going to flip Jace. I believe is the plan. So block here. Tap Jace. 5 cards going to the graveyard. Which means Jace flips. He's going to die pretty soon though, that's the problem. And we're also going to crack our Evolving Wilds. Arguably we should have done that a long time ago. Cool. So we're down to 12. Now, milling game isn't too strong right now. Jace, Unraveler of Secrets. If we play him, then we will Planeswalker Rule ourselves. So I'm going to have to put that to the bottom. Okay, I'm going to play Drowned Catacomb. What's in our graveyard? Just lands. Okay. Jace dies next turn no matter what. So I could use Jace to flash back the Telling Time, perhaps. Or Disperse. Flashback Disperse. Get him again. He got 4 cards under his Bomat Courier. So dispersing that away is quite funny. But we're going to take a lot of damage here. Yeah, this isn't the board state for Planeswalkers right now. I think what we'll do is we'll Telling Time and Flashback Telling Time, looking for a Languish. So Languish pretty much just wipes his board. Fevered Visions, Thing in the Ice. Thing in the Ice kind of works as well. What's our... No, we don't have red open for Fevered Visions, unfortunately, so there's no reason for us to grab that just yet. Is it only when it attacks? Yeah, it's only when it attacks. Oh, this is a tough one. I think we'll plus to make the Filigree Familiar a 0/2. We'll just hold up Disperse and Grasp of Darkness. See where he attacks. If we can save Jace, then we will. If we can't, then we'll just get rid of something off of his board. So he plays a land out. He's probably wanting to empty his hand so that his Bomat Courier can give him all of these cards for little disadvantage. We're not in a good situation though. Girapa Orrery, sorry. Gotta learn from that eventually. So you can play extra lands, and if he empties his hand out, he draws extra cards. So Jace can survive here if we Grasp of Darkness to that. It's going to cause him to want to exile creatures as well. So we're only taking 4 here on our Jace, which means he will survive. Unless I'm missing something, which I'm not. So yeah, you can exile another creature card from your graveyard and return it to the battlefield. He has a Metalwork Colossus in his hand, in his graveyard. That's a problem. Well, we can disperse that and it should be okay. Oath of Jace allows us to scry for our Fevered Visions that we knew about. Is that just too slow though? That might be just a bit too slow. Oh, we'll take it anyway. With Fevered Visions and his Orrery on the play, it means we can actually play more lands in our turn and try empty our hand out quicker. It stops him from emptying his hand out as well. Just a little bit. So, we can keep Jace alive again if I plus on his Familiar. Because Thing in the Ice can block his Apprentice. And then Bomat Courier can just do 1 damage. So, we'll Fevered Visions here. And pass the turn over. Drawing a card, milling him for 2 minimum. We hit it, sweet. So yeah, he does have this in his graveyard, but he does return it to his hand when he destroys 2 artifacts. So I'm not too fussed about that. I get the feeling that's what he's going for, though, if he's playing the Orrery. He's just coming in at Jace. Okay. So he exiles another card. He's got a fair amount of cards underneath that courier. If he taps out, I'll bounce it. But if he doesn't, then I won't, because he'll just pay 1 red in response to discard his 2 cards in hand. Is he Scrap Heap Scroungering? So he's going to exile a card from his graveyard. Yeah, the Pilgrim's Eye. Brings that back to the battlefield. I think he should have done that on my end step, though, so that I would have forgotten about it, because I probably would have. Knowing myself. I think he's going to do another one as well. Yeah, he's got the other one in his graveyard. So he's got a fair amount of power on the board, which is upsetting. Really want to try and get this thing in the ice flipped. The only way we're doing it, though, is if we get cantrips off of our draw. We do get to scry, though, because we do have Jace. So, that is a cantrip. So, let's mill him for 1. Oh, mill him twice, sorry. Ooh, he hit his Chandra. Sweet. Right. Telling time. Takes a counter off thing in the ice. We get Disperse. Disperse is the only one that's going to be able to flip thing in the ice to wipe his board clear. We don't actually have the mana to do it this turn, though. That's the thing. Oh, dear. So, I guess we'll plus Jace again. Knocking the familiar down. We have 2 bounces to use. With the mana that we've got available, we draw an extra card. Hopefully it's something useful. It is our Broken Concentration, of course. That is how good my memory is. I already forgot I put it on top. Okay, Inventor's Fair will allow him to tutor up any artifact he wants. Noxious Gear Hulk. Oh, crap. I wanted to counter that. God damn it. Well, bye-bye Noxious Gear Hulk. Thing in the ice, that's annoying. Do we need to disperse to not die here? 3, 6, 9, 10. I'll disperse my own thing in the ice. Keep it around. We're dead next turn, though. Really wish I'd have Broken Concentration. Damn it. Forgot to pause. So he doesn't gain anything from his Gear Hulk. I'm not sure if we can even still flip thing in the ice. We can bounce a fair few of his creatures as well. Excuse me. 3 coming at Jace. 3 coming at Jace. So Jace is dead. The rest, not so much. We'll take his 4. We'll let this go. I'm annoyed. Really annoyed. Mostly with myself for not being too quick on the draw. Okay, he ends his turn, draws a card. And we do not scry. We do mill him. I don't think this land helps. We're taking 5 off the Menace alone. I think we're dead. Yeah. So, island, thing in the ice. Disperse counter takes 2 counters off. Then we block. And we take 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're dead. Pretty much, anyway. Pass the turnover. You got a 1 mana burn spell that I don't know about. Apparently not. Okay, we're going to mill him. We get an island. Not useful. So we got him down to 19. He gains 1 life off of his Inventor's Fair. It doesn't matter. Okay, how many cards are under his courier now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to try and kill our thing in the ice. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to counter it this time. Something we should have done a long time ago. We would have had a... whatever it is, we'd have flipped our thing in the ice by now and we'd have been fine. But we didn't. Because I'm silly. Okay. Getting the option to move his goggles over to his Weaponscraft Enthusiast. Which he does. I think that was a misplay. Not that it particularly matters. Okay. So Beaumont Courier has just killed itself. I think he's just going for overkill here. Yeah, okay, so he's coming in for an attack. We bounce you. We take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're still alive. We are still alive. Oh my god. How are we still alive? We're dead next turn though, so we have to deal 18 cards from him. Not sure how we go about that. 17 technically, because he fevered visions himself. Maybe a pour over the pages might do it. Hello. We're about to find out. So we mill him for 2. Play an island. Pour over the pages. We've got Disperse in hand to flip thing in the ice. We can untap our lands. Oh, we can wipe his board. We can wipe his board later. We're going to untap the mountain. That's very important. Untap an island. Untap an island. And discard a tap land. Mill you for 3. He's down to 9. We Sphinx his tutelage so that we get extra triggers off of our fevered visions. And then we just disperse, and I think we've won. So we're going to pass the turn over. I think. Yeah, we'll pass the turn over, and then on his upkeep, we'll disperse something away. He's orrery, so he can't play extra lands, I guess. 7. 5. On his upkeep, bounce your orrery. Bounce all of your creatures off of the board. None of them have haste, so they're not coming back. You gain nothing off of your Inventor's Fair. You've got to haste something through the Awoken Horror now. If he does have the artifact removal spell he used earlier, that one, it'll do 3 damage to me and kill me. So there is that. Westvale Abbey. If he doesn't kill me this turn, I kill him. Simple as. Because once he ends his turn, tutelage triggers because of the fevered visions. Okay. Oh, when an artifact enters the battlefield, does 1 damage to each opponent. Oh no. Oh no. He only has to play an artifact, which he has a handful. There we go, we're dead. No! No! God damn it! Well. Oh, that was a game full of misplays, and it was so close nonetheless. Ah, well. On to the next game, I suppose. Alright, we're on the draw. We have blue and black and a lot of blue stuff to do. I think this is perfectly keepable. Our opponent is rank 7 called Siriados. Playing red. Not great. If it's aggro, then we're in a bit of trouble. So we get a Grasp of Darkness. If we get another black source, that's great, because that means that we can grasp and in the future have our Languish open as well to wipe the board clear. Mono red. Oh dear. An Ember Hauler. So 2/2, you can pay 1 to kill it and deal 2 to us. Got to bear that in mind. I think we'll just Thing in the Ice right now. It's a decent blocker. I'm not going to be blocking with the Ember Hauler so long as he keeps mana open anyway. Because he can attack in, we block, 2 damage, and then he'll just ping it off and kill it. So we're not doing that. But any other creature is perfectly fine and dandy. Things like that guy. And it also keeps him from attacking us this turn, so that's pretty good. Yep, he won't attack. Or he will, and he won't get any value out of it. Which is perfectly fine with me. Fair play. Right, well, we are going to Telling Time unless we get a better alternative. That is not a better alternative, but it is a better land, so we will take it. Let us just pass the turn, I think. We'll hold up Grasp of Darkness. If we want to use it, then we'll use it. Otherwise, we'll just Telling Time. Also Disperse as well. But I doubt turn 3 there's anything we want to disperse that he wouldn't just play straight again anyway, so bear that in mind. Dragon Fodder gets him 2 1/1 goblins. That's fine with me. We are on our next turn going to be able to Languish, so if he wants to overextend, he can absolutely do that with my blessing, and I will ruin his day. Okay, he's coming in. He gets to attack with all of his creatures. I'm not going to block because he can pay 1 after this block to kill it and kill my Thing in the Ice, so we won't be doing that. We will, however, be Telling Time. Timing. Telling time. Telling the time. Hydrolash actually is really good. Hydrolash just means that he doesn't do any damage for the entire turn. And we draw a card. So I'm actually going to take them, and I might even just Hydrolash for the rest of the game until we run out of them. So it just turns all of his creatures into 0/1s. And our Thing in the Ice is just due to flip pretty soon, and that might actually be what kills him. So we'll pass the turn. Getting ready to Hydrolash. Attacking creatures get -2/-0 until the end of the turn, and then we'd get to draw a card. Inferno Fist. Alright. Okay, so he's going to do 1 damage to us. Sure. Hydrolash. 1 damage taken this entire turn. And no point blocking. Nothing's happening that we can block anyway. I think what he wants to do though is he wants to sack his Fist and his Ember Hauler to kill our Thing in the Ice. So we want to work around that the best we can. So let's do Islanding and we can disperse away his Thopter token, which kills off his enchantment, and then we can Hydrolash, which will flip our Thing in the Ice on his attack step, and then we'll attack him for 7 every turn. I think that's probably what we want to do. It's the easy route. So we'll get rid of his token. I would have probably sacked that to deal some damage to us, but don't think our opponent saw that line of play, so that's fine with me. The next spell we cast will fizzle out if it's a targeting creature, because Thing in the Ice goes above the trigger on the card as well. Nice. He's gonna empty out his hand, which means he's gonna waste his turn. In a nutshell. Coming in for an attack, you absolutely are. That's fine with me. So we're gonna Hydrolash. It won't matter because we're gonna flip our Thing in the Ice. Everything goes back to his hand. We do get to draw a card though. Sphinx's Tutelage. Looks like we're going for the damage route this time though. So when he overextends again, we're going to Languish his board away, and our Awoken Horror will stay alive through that, which is pretty sweet. I would have otherwise languished away the board earlier, if our thing in the ice wouldn't have died from that. So play the Evolving Wilds and get in for 7. Sweet. We'll crack our Evolving Wilds. We'll go get a red source in case we get a Fevered Visions or a Radiant Flames. And we will Grasp of Darkness the first thing he plays out, which is likely to be an Ember Hauler, so that we can get him for another 7 damage. I think we're just going with the damage route here. We've got the firepower to do it. Crack that. Go get a mountain. Ember Hauler comes down. So we can grasp it, and in response he can ping us for 2, but it's too late at this point for our opponent. Not fast enough. Is he ending his turn? Ending his turn. Alright, Grasp of Darkness that, so we can get 7 damage in. Mill him for 2. Pour over the pages is nice. Get him for 7. We have no pump spells, so there's no reason to draw cards pre-combat. But I think we will now. So we'll pour over the pages. We get to untap some lands. That one and our mountain. Discard some cards. Just discard Oath of Jace. Hold up our counter spell, so he's dead next turn. And we've got him. Wonderful. First thing he plays, if it's anything like another Ember Hauler, yep, gone. Caught it in mid-air. Do you see that skill? Oof. Alright, he needs a 1-drop to not die. Don't think he had one. Nah, I don't think he has any 1-drop creatures. So I'm pretty sure he's dead. Could have a Goblin Arsonist, but it looks like he doesn't. Yep. He's just hanging. You got 1 mana, dude. Not much thought to go into 1 mana. Yep, passes the turn. Okay. And ping him. Doesn't matter. It's just wasting time at this point. We will finish him off quickly. Awoken Horror gets in for another 7. No flashing creatures. He does have a Fiery Impulse, but that will not do him any good. He is dead. GG. Aggro Grixis Mill. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next game. Okay, we're on the draw. We have blue and black and a lot of turn 3 cards. If we don't draw a land, we are screwed. But we do have Tutelage and Jace for turn 2, so it's worth the risk, I think. Turn 1, Thraben Gargoyle. This might be blue-red artifacts then, I'm guessing. But I like that move. It means that we're not getting aggressively attacked if he's playing defenders in his deck. He is rank 8, called MP Green Label. It is indeed blue-red, and he has no turn 2 play, which is also good. So we are going to play out our Jace, see if he gets burnt. If he gets burnt, we're going to get burnt anyway. I don't really want to hold it up to wait until we've got a counter spell up. I think it's just time wasting at that point. Taps out for an Artificer's Epiphany, which means we are clear to put down a Tutelage and getting going on that. Awesome. So we're going to go Tutelage, Oath of Jace, get 6 triggers on our Tutelage. I think we can mill him out quite aggressively here. If he doesn't have any enchantment removal anyway. Okay, pass the turn over. We get to loot on his end step. Pian Kiran Nalar gets himself 2 1/1 Thopters, and he can also sacrifice artifacts to ping us. We're going to loot. Draw a card, discard a card. I'm just going to get rid of the counter spell at this point. I think we just want to race him. And I think we can race him. I think that's kind of the point. Untap, draw, get him again. Play out another tutelage. Play a land and pass the turn. We're going to loot with Jace again on his end step. And then get 2 triggers. Then Jace gets 6 triggers. Then Comparative Analysis gets 4 triggers. And so on and so forth. We do lose our Jace, but we're going to loot first. We get our other tutelage. Do we have time to play the 3rd tutelage? I'm going to drop the Grasp anyway. We don't have double black, unfortunately. If we draw into double black, I'm going to be very unhappy with myself. But down goes Jace. What are we milling? And it's definitely... oh, he does have X-Burn spells. Got to bear that in mind. We're getting raced here. Okay. Another blue mana, not great, but what can you do? Gonna play an island, go tutelage. We might be able to stupidly mill him out. If we hit a land next turn, Jace into Surged Comparative Analysis is a lot of triggers. A lot. So we need to hit a land next turn, an untapped land, more specifically. Okay, he's paying 6, tapping out to make him a 4-2, so we're taking 6, 8, 10. Oh dear, we're dead next turn. Land into Languish also helps. Is a land. I'm not sure if we have the triggers. We're going to find out though. So we mill 6 minimum. Gonna have to get a little bit luckier, I think. I haven't done the math. But Oath of Jace. Draw 3. That's 9 triggers. 18 cards. Oh no, we have done it. Yeah, we've done it. So we draw 3. We discard a land. We've played it for the turn. I also discard the... or other pages. Might as well. If I change my mind about the Hydra Lash, then I'm glad to have it. At least we can cast it this turn, because we're dead next turn anyway. But I'm pretty sure we've milled him out now. Some pretty insane top decks from us, actually. Got everything we wanted. Yeah, it's down to 12, down to 10, down to 8, down to 6. We've got him dead with a Comparative Analysis. Surge, draw 2 cards. That's far too many triggers for him to deal with. 6 total. He's dead. GG. That was close. It was far too close. But that's aggressive milling for you. Come on, skip them. Alright. Pass the turn over. He cannot draw. He dies. Sweet. Alright guys, that's actually where I'm going to end this episode off for today. So if you've enjoyed the content, then be sure to leave a like, it helps me out a great deal. And subscribe if you haven't already for more Magic content as well as other content. If you're not sure what that content is and you're not sure if you want to subscribe, then stay for the end card, see the rest of it, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.